Hello, John from Peter Tyson. I love retro looking hi-fi, and it may be a while before I beat just how cool the system in this video looks. Look at it. I could just show shots of the hi-fi and be done, to be fair, but I suppose I'd better tell you all about the new Wharfedale Super Linton and Quad 33 and 303. All links and prices to everything down in the description as usual. Let's crack on. Let's start with the speakers. Just like the exceptional Wharfedale Super Denton that I covered a few videos back, link in the description, the Wharfedale Super Linton are based on a classic Wharfedale design, reintroduced and engineered with modern principles, and then refined again into a super version. Whereas the original Super Linton from 1967 was merely a new improved cabinet design over the original 1965 Linton, these modern day beauties have many more treats within. A three-way design with rear-facing bass reflex ports and a single set of binding posts to the new improved crossover. And yes, the cabinet is larger over their standard Linton counterpart. Super Linton have been made 50mm or around 2 inches taller. Now 2 inches doesn't sound a lot, but it's quite significant. That mere 2 inches in height adds internal cabinet volume. That and the new more powerful motor system on the upgraded 8-inch Kevlar bass driver means that Super Linton can measure down to 32 Hz. They don't just dig deeper, the impact of transients and control is greatly improved over the standard model. The 5-inch Kevlar mid-range is now housed in its own cylindrical rear enclosure with graded layers of long hair fibre to help isolate it from the bass driver and cancel out the back wave from the rear of the cone. The lightweight fabric weave dome tweeter is coated with a special damping material and backed by a ceramic magnet based motor system. The very handsome cabinet uses a sandwich construction of layers of MDF coupled by latex based damping glue, specially formulated to reduce panel resonance to below audibility. Pads of thick acoustic damping foam line the cabinet walls, while the interior space is filled with long hair fibre, both aiding the absorption of internal resonances. Basically, you want as much energy from the speaker drivers being transferred to the air and in turn your ears, and not wasted by vibrating the cabinet. If a speaker vibrates its cabinet too much, it can sound just boomy and tiresome. Even though they are taller, the footprint remains exactly the same, so they still fit on the very smart Linton floor stands. They even double up as vinyl record storage. I mean, look at them, they're just awesome. Even the grille is a new design, specially shaped on the inside to help sound from all the drivers integrate better. It's one of the few speakers I may actually leave the grills on. Let me know in the comments, are you a grill on or grill off kind of speaker owner? Now we need to drive these majestic retro beasts with something suitably cool. An obvious choice is the Quad 33 Pre Amplifier partnered with its Quad 303 stereo power amplifier. Originally born way before my time in 1967, Quad departed for the first time from valve amplification and moved to transistor circuitry, something that was relatively new and exciting at the time for hi-fi. Quad made smaller, separate components, so the 303 power amp could be hidden away if desired, and the compact 33 preamp could look all pretty on display. Today, the 33's design has gained iconic status. The original is still sought after on the second-hand hi-fi market, despite being discontinued in the 1980s. Revered for its reliability and sound quality, are there any of you watching this still using one of the old ones? Let me know in the comments. Never has a new retro-inspired product quite stayed so faithful to the original design. The build is very solid indeed. The new metal casework is more smart matte silver than 1960s grey. The orange details remain with satisfyingly clicky push buttons and the addition of a tasteful LCD display to show useful information regarding the 3 rotary controls for bass, tilt and balance. There is also a headphone jack and IR sensor for the welcome addition of remote control. The tilt control was created by Quad to be a more sophisticated form of tone control by adjusting both ends of the frequency spectrum together, either attenuating the bass and lifting the treble, or lifting the bass and attenuating the treble in 1 decibel steps. The overall balance of the sound can be adjusted to a more warm or cool sound. The independent bass control can increase or decrease the bass by 3 decibels, offering subtle adjustment for room, music source or speaker placement. While the user interface is indeed controlled by a microprocessor, the audio signal path is still very analog, with no built-in DAC, and it uses motorized potentiometers for volume and tone controls. There is an RIAA phono stage with adjustable gain for moving magnet and moving coil turntables, alongside 3 RCA and 1 XLR input for other sources. There are RCA or XLR outputs to connect to the 303 power amp, with 2 12-volt triggers, just in case you'd like to bridge 2 303s and use them as monoblocks. The 303 is a Class AB amplifier with a 200 volt amp toroidal transformer offering up to 50 watts per channel into 8 ohms and 70 watts into 4 ohms. With a maximum current delivery of 10 amps, it's capable of driving fairly demanding speakers. Although that's ample for most situations, you can use 2 in bridge mode to create 140 watts into 8 ohms if your speakers need a little more muscle. What does it all sound like? Flipping excellent. I like the standard Wharfedale Lintons, but these Super Lintons are quite the upgrade. I've spun a few records on our exclusive fetching orange Pro-ject debut Revolve turntable, but mostly used a decent streamer. I like vinyl and I get why it's still loved, but music reproduction is one area where personally I think modern is best. Give me ones and zeros over a stylus in grooves any day. Why do I feel that's going to make the comments section a bit of a war zone? Listening to higher-res streaming on a retro-inspired system like this is quite something. There's a real hi-fi resolution and timing, the fine detail and those bits in your favourite tracks that make your hair stand up, but it's somehow presented with this slightly warm veneer. It's like the good bits of digital and the good bits of analog, all wrapped up in this musical hug. It's fantastic. Transients in classical and organ music are huge fun. The Wharfedales hit hard and deep without much effort at all. The Quad keeps everything in check, sounding clean and fast. Vocal music has a real presence and really solid imaging, and electronic stuff is just an absolute blast. I've had so much fun with this system, I just wanted to take it home. You may want to avoid very small rooms with the Wharfedales and stay away from corners, pull away from the back wall if you can. Give those speakers a little space at work and you'll be greatly rewarded. I know the styling won't be for everyone. And is it the last word in super audiophile perfection? Probably not. But is it one of the most fun and entertaining ways to enjoy your music on something that looks ridiculously cool? Absolutely it is. You'll see me in the next video. Take care.